What's up, guys? Oh, thanks for the likes. How you doing, Andrew? On this fine Thursday. Nice. Sounds like fun. Yeah, I'm trying to finish my Sons of Behemoth army right now. So I'm doing my Gatebreaker proxy at the moment. I have a friend who's trying to get me into playing Age of Sigmar, and he's been begging me to finish, and I've been lollygagging around. So I need to get serious here and get done. It's my last Gargant, though. Last Mega Gargant, I should say. Yeah, these are all from Clay Beast Creations. They're awesome. They're like some of my favorite models I've ever painted. He does a really good job. I've actually never played Age of Sigmar. I've mainly just played Warhammer 40k, so I think one of the reservations of me taking forever painting all this is because I'm scared to learn. I need to bite the bullet, lose some games, you know? Just get after it. To be good at something, you gotta be bad first, right? That's the whole shtick. I did, yeah. I have a Anycubic Mono 5S. Yeah, I actually have the Gargants right here printed up. I just need to de-support them and get serious with it. But yep, printed all these up myself. Do you have a printer? What's up, AZ? Welcome back, buddy. Yeah, that's what I've been told. I'm looking at Age of Sigmar and all the things I didn't like about Warhammer 40k, basically waiting to play every other hour. Seems like it's a lot more interactive for both players in Age of Sigmar, which is kind of where my interest lies. Is not just waiting to roll a save. Instead, I'm like doing stuff. Yeah, the Saturn 4 12K. Yeah, I kind of wish I had bought that one. I've had a couple problems, a couple bad problems with my Mono 5S, but yeah, looking back, I wish I had just bought that one. And I think all 3D printers will agree that it's all a love-hate relationship. It's funny, I have one. I'm half tempted just to order my minis from Resin Reborn over actually printing them off anymore. Yeah, mine does have, I mean, I leveled it once, but then it has like an auto level feature, so it stays leveled. And it seems to, I mean, I've leveled the plate like a year ago and it's still good, so I don't know. Yeah, I'm planning to do finish my Sons of Bahamut army and maybe print off 1 or 2 more big boys for it and paint them up just so I have options in case I don't like my build, my list. And then after that it's on to Sylvaneth is what I'm really interested in. Sons of Bahamut was just like a fast way to get into the game, is kind of how I treated it. They're really cool, don't get me wrong. I just I do want a nice army, a nice full-size army, not just 4 models that I hope don't die turn 1. So that is the plan so far. And after that, I don't know what I'll be painting. Probably something cool. But for now, just get a couple Sons of Bahamut armies. I might finish my Grey Knights. Might finish my Death Guard. They're pretty close. Bless me. Sorry. I also have Tau, which I only have about 1,500 points of Tau. I do need to get serious and either print off. I was actually toying with the idea of selling them today just because I haven't played them in years. I haven't played them since like 9th edition, you know? I feel like it's either paint them, play them, or sell them. Thanks, buddy. So yeah, if you're interested in buying 1,500 points of Tau that are remarkably well painted, well, decently well painted, I should say, then boy, do I have a offer for you. I also just need more room. I have like 7 armies now. I just have no room for them. My tiny game room. I also have no storage. I'm thinking this weekend I'm gonna go kind of crazy and build a bunch of shelves out throughout this room. Oh, what's up, Esco? Viper? Yeah. I've seen those. The dioramas are super fun. I don't like Kroot that much either. I never really, I don't know. I think they're cool, don't get me wrong. Like, I think it's definitely a vibe. I would either do all Kroot or no Kroot, right? But I don't feel like most people who bought Tau bought him for the Kroot. I think they bought him because they look like cool Gundams, which is why I bought them. So I feel like most Tau players aren't Kroot people, but the Kroot people that are Kroot people are like diehards. You know? I also wanted to be the good guy, you know? Little did I know that there's no good guys in Warhammer. That was my bad. That was my mistake. I should have known better. They're just samurai communists. Yeah, well, the whole ethereals, being able to control them, like with their mind, it's pretty cool. There's a bunch of theories that, like, space elves or someone gave the ethereals the power to control their brethren, and that's why they have a perfect society, is because they just murder anyone who dissents. And Commander Farsight picked up, I think, some demon blade weapon or something, and it wasn't able to corrupt him because Tau have very low, like, warp value or something or another. But it's sustained him to live like for like 100 years or 200 years or however long, super long, longer than any other. And he's realized how manipulative the ethereal cast is. I am really thinking about getting pro actil or actil, acryl. I can't remember how you say it. But me, I'm a Vallejo guy. I have a ton of Vallejo. I use Vallejo for all my base colors. I use Citadel for my metallics, and my contrast paints are from Citadel. And I use oil washes primarily. Yeah, the Tau lore is kind of, I mean, it's shallow. It's a very shallow pond, but I found it to be very interesting. Like, Commander Farsight has a demon blade that, like, thirsts on blood. That's why he's, like, the one and only melee Tau characters, or even playable dudes, you know? But yeah, there's a whole thing with it. There's a Commander Shadow Sun and Farsight were used as, like, basically they would put them in hibernation as their, like, primary generals and wake them up whenever they had a big battle and just make them go fight over and over and over again. And it really messed up Shadow Sun and Farsight's, like, psyche. There's a whole storyline about it. It's a book. It's a really good book. But yeah, the Tau's cool, but I mean, after learning about all the other lore, they're all right. You know, I mean, I don't know. I feel like they've honestly been forgotten by GW quite a bit, and that's kind of the bummer of it. It's not really like Tau or Tau's fault. The idea of Tau was very fun, very cool. Well, they're the one who trained them originally was like the greatest general who ever lived in Tau society, and the Ethereals decided to like kill him, or I want to say sabotage him. That's not. I don't think that's canon, but that's what Shadow Sun suspects, or Farsight suspects. And they turned him into an AI that then now like trains all of them or something or another. I don't know. It's been years since I read the book, but it's really cool. I feel like not a whole lot of people actually know the Tau lore, and they just call us fish commies, you know? You know, I was a diehard Tau guy in 9th edition. In 10th edition, I got Death Guard and Astra Militarum, and I kind of never looked back because I really like tanks, and I really like Death Guard because they're also the only Chaos Legion that retain their minds. Kind of retain their minds, I guess, is the... Khorne fills their followers full of bloodlust. Tzeentch makes you go crazy with prophecy. Slaanesh turns you into like this like sadist. But Papa Nurgle, he just doesn't want you to be in pain. That's pretty cool, man. Yeah, it's a pretty good book. I think it's called like Farsight or something. Can't remember what it's called. I might have butchered the whole storyline, but that's what I remember from it. So take what I said with a grain of salt. I might have made it look cooler or worse. I don't know. I could have romanticized it a bit. Who knows? My kind of favorite lore right now is the Leagues of Votann. I actually printed off an army of them, but I played them once and I was like, not my style. They're kind of like, honestly, like Tau with like less shooting and like crummy melee. I don't know how to describe the playstyle. I don't know, but they're pretty cool. They're ancient humans that were sent to colonize the like deep space and find like mineral sources enriched. And to sustain their population, they kept cloning themselves. So they're just humans that have cloned themselves like 10, 20,000 times. And they have like a rich like genome where the like first ancestor, I can't remember exactly what they call it, but the first ancestor kind of lives through, like, it's the same genome, so they have genetic memory or something going on, something or another. Yeah, Dark Angels. Now you're getting into like real lore, you know what I'm saying? Like that deep. When my lore starts to fall apart is when you start talking about chapters that were called different chapters until they were a new chapter. Like I got a little bit into Raven Guard and I was like, whoa, this is too much, bro. I can't remember all these chapters. Yo, Rick Ross is in the house. How you doing, buddy? Rick Ross is my guy. He's my dude. Honestly, my friend who first introduced me into Warhammer, I was like, I'm not so keen on the idea of sci-fi church. And he was like, no. What you don't understand is there's literally something in Warhammer for everyone. No matter what it is, there's something out there for you. And I was like, I don't know, man. And he was right. So much cool lore out there that you can resonate with so much different stuff. Well, what's up, Power Level Paints? I'm doing well, man. It's a nice Thursday, you know. I think it's Thursday. It better be Thursday, or else I think I might be having a mental breakdown if it's not. Tomorrow's Friday. Who doesn't like a good Friday? Oh, thanks, partner. I have a question. That most recent video I posted, Rick Ross, do you think it was too much? Like too much jump cuts and nonsense? I was trying to make it like more interesting than like just a slideshow, you know? But I think it might have been a little too much. You liked it? And I didn't get a great reception from the community, I don't think. Not that people didn't like it, just the algorithm didn't like it, which means I think it was too much, is what I'm thinking. Honestly, you know how like witches like throw bones to like predict the future? That's literally what it feels like trying to understand the algorithm sometimes. Like you could honestly like throw bones into a thing and a chicken heart or whatever, and you might figure out what it wants from you. I should have sacrificed a Space Marine. What's up, Power Level Paints? How you doing, partner? Honestly, maybe not a Space Marine. That might be too much. Maybe just like a couple Psychers or something, you know? Maybe just a few Psychers would have done me good. Is that the new hack, the new? There's also promotional content for my buddies at Resin Reborn. And I think I branded it as promotional content, and I think that was also a mistake. What mini did you get painted today, my dude? You can crank out a mini a day, dude. That's faster than me by a lot. To be fair, like one of these feet is a mini in my opinion, or this arm is a mini, you know? This is the next ghastly thing I need to paint. I'm going to turn that into a chunk of ice to match the ice. So if you guys want to stick around for that airbrushing. I'm trying not to mess up all my stuff. Well, and of course my airbrush has welded itself together. That's super fun. Should really take care of this thing. I treat my airbrush like a stepchild sometimes, and I can say that because I was a stepchild. You know. What's up, Roy? Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Oh, thanks, dude. Thanks for the roses. One rose is one step closer to me being able to buy more paints and a better camera. So I appreciate it, buddy. So did the UV light mess up your paint? Did it like kind of reverse bleach it? Dude, I think I'm gonna do the same thing, Ross. I really want to like figure out I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen my setup, but it is, look how messy this room is. It's like our gaming room. And I just have a mess. I would show you all of that, but like, we sew in here, we paint in here, we build in here. It's just a mess. Really the problem is we need to like redo the walls, and I need to set up like a bunch of I need to set up like an actual like 3D printing shelves and put shelves everywhere and get my minis out of boxes and off their floors and stuff. But that costs money. Money. But it's become the next priority. We spend a ton of money, or not a ton of time. So it's important that we treat it right. Oh, thanks, Roy. Oh, you're a real one, dude. Oh, dude. Roy, you're so nice. Thank you, dude. That was really nice of you. Thanks, buddy. Me, I'm just an electrician, you know? I wish I was a cool guy painting, you know? Will do, Roy. I'll catch you on the flip, buddy. Thank you so much. I'll never forget you, Roy. 50 Rose Wonder. What's up, Shelly? I think this is just like the only thing that I could consider ice on this guy. You know? to put my airbrush like underneath or something, underneath the table, and get a longer hose, I think is what I'm going to do. So you guys don't have to hear that loud compressor kick on all the time. I apologize. I do apologize. A couple glow effects on Big Boy here. I didn't like the last time I did it. I've only done this like 10 times now. Yeah, I ruined it again. Okay. You all know how it is, you know? What's up, Ham? I'm doing better now that you're here, dude. You working on anything fun? Nice, dude. That sounds like a good time. You gonna post them when you're done? Nice. Esco is back. What's up, dude? I'm stoked to see you, brother. Some Night Lords for Halloween. That's pretty sick, brother. That's pretty sick. You guys hear how bad my compressor sounds? I think it's dying. uh, we're gonna run it into the ground. Don't you worry. We're gonna run it to the ground. Get my money's worth out of this compressor. Do you have to oil them? I feel like that'd be a good idea. That'd be a good idea. Probably like take care of it maybe a little bit. Does anyone know if you need to oil your oil? Oil your compressor? I'd imagine, right? It's a machine. Machines need help. What's up, Scrappy? Yeah, dude, I don't know. I'm like, it sounds bad. It used to not sound like that. Everything is falling apart around me. Whoops. That is life. What's up, Randall? How you doing, partner? For some reason, I can't watch my stream on Twitch. Why is that? Oh, it's going. Alright. Okay. Okay, let's get back to work here. Let's finish blocking in all these colors, I think. I think we're gonna paint some of this kind of a nice dark brown. Thinking. Nice rich brown. Yeah, I get a lot of people who are like, I don't have an airbrush, should I buy one? I'm like, eh. They're nice, they're useful. I'm not gonna lie to you and say it's not, you know. Is it necessary? I don't know. For some things, arguably. But is it necessary? I don't know. I think you can do almost everything with a brush. The one areas that you can't is priming your models. So if you don't want to use rattle cans, then yeah, an airbrush is amazing. If you want to do the easiest OSL, right, object source lighting, then yeah, airbrush is amazing for that. If neither of those interest you, you can do everything with a brush. And honestly, a lot of OSL I've seen, like the best OSL I've seen, is all brush painted. So, what does that tell you? Oh, bummer, dude. No, that sucks. I'm sorry, Carl. Dude, I've had models like that where I'm constantly just re-gluing, refixing, redoing it over and over again. And I'll be like, okay, this time I'm not going to hold it right there. And then like 20 minutes later, I snap it off again. Happens to the best of us, that's for sure. Oh, where'd the tunes go?
The world of Nespresso.
What's up, partner? What's up, Thunder Pigments? Oops. I do think doing flesh tones with an airbrush is like the easiest way to do them because you can really build a pretty sweet gradient on the flesh super fast that way. It's kind of like cheating. Oops. Oh, thanks for the follow, buddy. Welcome to the party. party now that you're here. Oh man. What's up, mascots? Oh, this paintbrush tastes terrible, my word. Yeah, the priority list right now, in terms of painting, is finish the Sons of Bahamut, right? And then finish helping my friends out over at Resin Reborn. And after that, probably a Sylvaneth army. And then after that, probably finish painting all of my Warhammer armies that I've never finished. My Astra Militarum is like 80% done. I mean, kind of. I also need to base them all. I'm the worst at I mean, I don't mind doing a good basing, right? My problem is I'll put it off for way too long until it becomes a problem. And then I have to base like 50 models all at once, which is not a bad plan, but it's not a great one either, you know? Should probably base 20 models at a time. Or I guess doing them all at once isn't terrible, but it's a commitment. Big commitment. The problem is I haven't decided for Master Militarum. I kind of want to make it look like an alien planet. Like purple mushrooms and like, or pink mushrooms, purple grass or something weird like that. You know, black sand. So I like the idea of them being like, the whole army is World War II American inspired, like the American Army. That's the inspiration, all olive drab, right? So I love the idea of World War II America on alien planet. That sounds cool. That's probably what I'll paint it as. Goblin green and black rim. Yeah, dude. Now, like, the problem is people keep raising the bar on basing. Like, leave basing alone. Let's just paint the model, make the model look cool. No one's looking at your bases. I will say I'm pretty proud of the base I did for my Tau. Just kind of an earth, looks like Terra, you know? But it's similar to what I did for the Vikings. Or not, sorry, not the Vikings, my Sons of Bahamut. But yeah, I'm thinking black sand, pink bushes or mushrooms or something, and purple grass or something. I don't know. Something wholly alien looking, you know? I think that sounds fun. And it might make basing them a whole lot better of an experience. You gotta be passionate about what you paint, or else you'll get burnout. I'll tell you that much. And also, be careful with your first model, because however much time you spend on that first one, you'll never spend that much time on another one. A lot of my friends made that mistake. I had a friend that did crab shell. I don't know if you guys are familiar with crab shell. It looks like a polka dot um, painting style for Tyranids. And he was hating life after the 30th termagant he made. Randall, how you doing, partner? Doing good? Always appreciate you hopping in here, buddy. What's up, Halo Badger? How you doing, partner? What's up, Vaught? How you doing, buddy? Welcome back, Indra. Oh, thank you. You're so kind. Everyone's left me. I don't know why. Probably because I'm a stinky boy and they know it. You know that? I think that's why. These pots are so stupid. What are you doing in here, Joe? Huh? What are you doing in here, Joe? Shouldn't you be somewhere welding or doing whatever you're doing now, huh? Joe's a friend from work. He's a nice guy. He's a nice fella. This is a brand new bottle, like 3 weeks ago. And now look at it. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. That's why they intentionally do it so you buy more paint bottles. That's what they do, okay? Big business. Rick Ross is back. We have repaired the bottle. For now. For now. Nice, dude. Yeah, I'll check it out. I love that model. Lord of Contagion's a bad mofo, dude. Bad mofo. Yeah, I think I actually proxied Lord of Contagion too. the Lord Filthiest, the one that comes in the three set, right? With like a couple, like a Blight Lord or something too, and a Plague Champion, I think, something like that. Or maybe I'm thinking of the Council box. Maybe it's the same thing. Yeah. I think that's exactly what I used mine for too. I was like, I don't know what to do with this mini. I actually need to go get my phone charger before this ends prematurely. Nice. How many points of Death Guard do you have now? I think I bought 3 boxes for it. Alright, I'll be right back. Gotta grab my charger. Yeah, that's true, dude. That's like my Astra Militarum. I think I've painted like, I think I've painted probably 1,200 points out of like 3,000 or 4,000. It's a ridiculous amount. You know? It's a lot of painting though. But the Death Guard, I hate how like 10 of them only cost, or the Plague Marines, like they're so cheap, yet they take so much work. They're really cool models though. I have a love-hate relationship with Death Guard. They are fun to paint, but they are a commitment to paint. There's so many different like textures and things you have to use different colors on constantly. It's a love-hate relationship. If I'm serious about it, I'll paint a ton of them. When I'm not serious about it, then I just kind of look at them and groan. I mean, but they really are such good models. And it helps that they're in a good spot right now. Well, I don't know how they're doing after the points nerf recently. But I mean, I played them at their worst, I played them at their best, and I always do pretty decent, so I don't think leaderboard-wise that really matters. Death Guard's always just a solid army if you play them how they're supposed to be played, which is just a slow-moving, inevitable death. Just like a disease. Right? Yeah. Well, I hope they're in a little more balanced state. I don't like it. Like, I beat my friend with them, and he was like, well, that's because they're in a good spot right now. And I'm like, or maybe I'm just good at playing Death Guard. He's playing Custodes, too. He's that kind of guy, you know what I'm saying? He's that guy in the friend group. Playing Custodes. Nah, to be fair, they were really strong. I think Custodes weren't in the best spot at the time either. He said that after, and I was like, oh yeah, they are doing well, aren't they? I didn't even know. I just ran my normal list. Just, I took out a bunch of poxwalkers and ran like one more plague crawler or something was the only difference. We all have a Custody friend, you know? There's nothing wrong with Custody friends, dude. Custody friends are good people, man. Thanks for the likes, my dude. Just blocking in colors, Dave. I feel like that's half my stream. Hey, what are you working on? Blocking in color. Hey guys, you want to watch me block in more color? Because that's what we're doing for the next few hours here. The problem with how large these models are, it just is so much surface area you have to block in, so it just takes forever. You know? Painting cobblestones? Okay, there it could be worse. It could be worse. Dude, I always paint all of my terrain just with some waxes, and I just blend the waxes on directly onto it, you know? That's how I paint my terrain, just with some oil. Like really waxy oils. And then you can just make them look like weathering. I'm really lazy with terrain. And my, like, that cottage there, that's just some oil dry brushing, basically. Super easy, super quick. Super lazy. I need to start challenging myself, though, especially on small scale. Like, this large scale is pretty easy to paint and get a good product out if you just spend enough time blocking them all in. But I'm gonna start challenging myself more on my smaller models. I'm seeing some amazing stuff in the community right now, and I just need to up my game if I want to hang with the cool kids, you know. But I want to make my content still relatable for the average guy, you know, the average Joe. Because there's some like stuff you see on here and you look at it and it just dissuades you from painting. You go, why do I even paint? You know, you see that kind of stuff. You're like, why do I even try? Like, look at that guy, right? Gotta fight that urge. Nice. Flagstone. What is flagstone? I've heard that before. Is it like a particular brick? Nice. So do you enter like display competitions, or is this just the hobby, this side of the hobby that you like? Because I would call myself a war gamer, but I don't really play games or go to war. So honestly, I'm more of a print plastic kind of guy. Yeah. Oh, nice. You old school, brother. You've been in the game long. You were painting metal miniatures back in the day. Some pewter. That's sweet, though. What's up, Michael? What's up, White Moth? How you doing, buddy? Haven't seen you in a minute. Probably gonna hop off stream here. I gotta. Models were lead. Yeah. Did you do a lot of like tank models and airplane models too? Because those things were sweet back in the day. That was where a lot of the community started, I feel like. Did you primarily do it for D&D? Oh, nice. Thank you, Joe. I'll be nice to you at work tomorrow. Alright, buddy. Yeah, do you think it's funny that Warhammer Fantasy was not going well, and so they just did a whole rebranding and just called it Age of Sigmar? I find that pretty interesting. Did Warhammer Fantasy come before Warhammer 40k? I legit don't know. I feel like that's something I should know. Nice. Same time, late 80s, yeah. Were they the first, or were they just the first ones to do it right? Sounding like the latter. You know? Oh, hey guys. How you guys doing? Sorry, I just saw your messages over there on Twitch. Seriously, I feel like that actually sounds affordable. I mean, maybe with inflation, that's like well, like I guess like $5 a model. Maybe, well, not that bad. $2 or $3 a model. That sounds very reasonable. Not the like. There were models for game, but that was like the Rel Partha, not War Games. There was the Civil War. Ah, it's always the war reenactment guys that start most things. Organized fantasy or sci-fi gaming didn't exist much, and Warhammer helped us all learn to paint. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's always it seems like Warhammer is the one that actually is trying to get people like indoctrinate people into the hobby. You know, Church of Wargaming. I feel like they've always been on the forefront of that. You know, Ray and Adam. Hello, I saw your message. I hope you didn't leave before I had a chance to say hi. You guys are my favorite. That's sweet, dude. That sounds like some really fun history, and to like watch everything kind of like evolve and grow. So cool, man. One cool thing is having models with history. Like I remember when I painted this one or that one. Yeah, that must be cool. Little trip down memory lane. That's how I feel. And this is super nerdy, but that's how I feel like when I fly through, like when I play World of Warcraft and I fly through old zones. I can like remember exactly where I was, what song I was listening to when I did the leveling for the first time in that area, what was going on in my life. It all slams back to me like instantly. So I know what you mean. Exactly. The model and the memory are tied. Well, and that's how a lot of things can feel. You know, like some music can teleport people. For me, it's a lot about video games. Like when I played Dark Souls 1, I like instantly remember being like over at my friend's house and we were like doing a LAN party and playing Dark Souls 1 years ago, you know? It's a trip, man. Ray, Adam, are you guys still there? I'm sorry. I meant to say hello faster. I'm paying Night Hunt Ghosty Gals right now. Sweet, Moxie, that's badass. Dude, the Night Haunts look so cool. Like, they look so wispy and so perfect to put an airbrush to. Oh, I'd buy those models just to airbrush them. That's all I really want to do with them. Oh, that's sweet. I have a buddy who paints with his wife in the room. She is in live on her phone and reads all the questions out loud for him. Dude, that's what I need. Okay, my lady, you will hang out in here a little bit, but she usually just like scrolls on Instagram and waits for me to be done. But I need to get that kind of relationship going. That's what I need to foster. You know. My husband wanted me to paint Warhammer stuff, but I hated all the models except the Nighthawk. Really? All of them? There's so many cool models. I mean, the Nighthawk are really cool. Don't get me wrong. My lady, I did a massive questionnaire with her from ChatGPT to pick out her Warhammer army that she's most like that would resonate most with her, and it came out to be Raven Guard. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty fair. She might have more fun if she were. Yeah, that's true. She does. She's such a busy. She's getting her doctor right now while I play with my action figures. Right. So she's a busy woman. So when she gets a moment to relax, generally she veges out. I didn't even want to paint that my neighbor just happened to give us Nighthawk models already. Oh, if I could get assembled, I would pay. Maybe I wouldn't pay. I would prefer to have them pre-assembled. That's honestly one of the portions of the hobby I'm just not interested in. Like the people who go all out and like magnetize and do all of that stuff, like get after it, dude. That's not me. I bought an army lot of Astra Militarum. I got like 2,800 points for $600, and it all came pre-magnetized and pre-assembled. And I was like, oh, so worth it. And I did the math. It was like $1,800 in plastic. I was like, what are you doing, buddy? He's like, well, I'm done. He was one of those pro level gamers, meta chaser. So that's just about blocked in. That's blocked in enough, I think. Then we can get on to big boy. We got all of the limbs done now, right? These are all based. Now that they're based, we'll do the pre-wash dry brushing. Do the pre-wash dry brushing, and then we'll do some oil washes next time on stream. I've never even played. I encouraged him to get an army because he's obsessed with it. Oh yeah, that's so cool, dude. That is based. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you pushed him. I hope you guys are enjoying the co-hobbying. I really do think the strongest relationships are co-hobbyers. Me and my lady, she wanted me to go snowboarding, so I learned how to snowboarding. I only fell down on my face probably for the first year. And so we do that together, and then I got her to start playing video games. Like right now we're playing Borderlands, and it's rad. It's rad. So, well, anyways, guys, I'm going to hop off. I got some laundry I got to do to make the girl happy. So I will catch you guys on the flip. Thanks for